Welcome to Mindful Reality, the channel that covers reality TV from a mental health perspective. A couple of things to tell y'all. All right. Not really a couple of things to tell y'all. I don't even know why I said that. I just finished work. Having days off work is wonderful, amazing, special, all that stuff. But on the other hand, in the type of profession that I'm in, days off piles up work unless you plan ahead. I guess you could say that's my fault because, like, I know Monday was off because of President's Day. So because of that, I should have worked extra hard on Friday to make up for the work that I wasn't going to complete for Monday. But, it is what it is. I did double the work today, and then the fact that there was a couple people that called out, I did the best that I could do. Shoot, man. What did I do with my computer? Do I have my computer? I think that I have my computer in my back seat. If I don't, it's all good in the hood. Okay. So life is going okay. Life is busy, but life is okay. I always say that I would rather have a full plate than an empty one, and I experienced a couple of years with an empty plate where the life that I lead right now, if you gave me an option of, the life I have right now versus the life I had back then, I would take the life I had now 10 times out of 10. Because believe me when I say I prayed and cried for, just a normal life where I could just be like everyone else, in a sense of get up in the morning, get myself together, go to work, blah, 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 yada, yada, right? I prayed for that type of life. And by the way, this is the Wednesday Tuesday I've ever felt. Because it's like Tuesday today, but it felt like Wednesday. And I still have 3 more days left in this week, and it feels like I should have less than that. Long weekends. I like long weekends, but there's some parts I like and there's some parts I don't like. The part that I don't like is that I'm like, Tuesday feels like Monday, and Wednesday feels like Tuesday, and I don't know. I guess it all balances out once we get to Friday. Please, for everybody who's new here, hit that like button because I see 15 people and 3 likes. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so yet, and hit that notification bell to get notified of when I drop some more great content. Hello, Zayn Gaming. How are you doing? Hi, Chocolate. How are you doing? Thank you to whoever sent those hearts. Appreciated. Let's see. Should I do a Q&A sticker? I don't know, but it usually gives me suggestions. I don't know what to put as a Q&A. This is my issue. What is my issue here? What is my issue? It's Q&A. I don't know what I should say for a Q&A. Hey, Marshall, long time no see. But I guess that's not necessarily your fault. I've been on here a very limited amount in the last couple weeks. I know that. But I'm going to be on here strong for Survivor 50, man. I'm going to sit up. So Survivor 50, here's what I'm going to do. Just to let you guys know. I'm dedicating. You haven't seen me on here much lately. But Survivor 50, my goal is to dedicate, it's a 3-hour premiere. My goal is to do a live. Well, I'm not gonna say this beforehand. I'm gonna ask the question. Would y'all be interested in me doing a live watch party? Now, just to clarify, because things have changed. Live watch party, I don't mean like I show the episode on the screen. I just mean I'll be on live while the show is on. And then maybe I'll provide commentary while I'm watching it, or, during the commercial breaks, that type of deal. If that interests anybody, let me know now, or let me know in the comments if you watch this on the replay. If that does not interest you, then all I'm going to do is watch it on my own, take some notes, and I'm going to be right up at 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern, I guess, when it finishes. And I'm going to give you guys a mega recap of the 3-hour episode. So either I'll be on there from 8 o'clock Eastern when the episode begins, all the way up until I recap it, or I'll come on after Survivor ends. It's up to you. I'm going to make a vote. So people can decide which one they would have a preference for me doing. I'll put a vote on my community page, just to, watch Survivor, so maybe for the other subbies. I'm not a huge Survivor fan. I'm not like the biggest Survivor fan in the world. I've seen, let me see, they're on season 50. I missed last season, so I saw 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, and 48. I've seen 6 full seasons of Survivor. In terms of Big Brother, we're on season 27. I started them about the same time. It's just that I circled back and watched most seasons of Big Brother. But funny enough, I missed some classic seasons. Like I didn't see the entirety of season 14, and I didn't see the entirety of season 6, and I only saw like the Rachel highlights of season 12. Those are seasons I definitely want to spin back and watch at some point. Yeah, people are stingy with the likes lately. I don't like that. The math is not mathing. I don't watch Survivor, so maybe for the other subbies. Oh, that was the same comment that I read already. Yeah, so Survivor. I'm so excited to see Sari back on the screen. Sari is one of my favorites. I like Sari. I hope Sari shows up next week, because I didn't get my ticket for the premiere party because I didn't think that it was going to sell out a month in advance, because it has never done that before. But I should have known. Season 50 is a bigger season. There's more going on. There's more stars in season 50 than other seasons, so those tickets, I probably had to have gotten them 2 months in advance, and it was pay week, and I could have paid early. The ticket was only $25, so I was gonna be like, okay, and it was $25. I don't even understand how last year the ticket went up to like $44.97 or something like that, and I was like, is this even worth it? And that's why I didn't go. And then somehow the ticket went down to $25. Could have easily paid it, but I was like, let me be responsible and wait till payday. And then it sells out, I think, a day or maybe 2 days before payday. And then all that's left are these $200 VIP tickets. And I'm like, I don't love any of these shows enough for that. The challenge, before I met Wes, CT, and Kara, before I met those 3, it's a possibility that if I knew far enough in advance, it is a possibility that I might have paid for a VIP table to see one of them. You know, like it's a small possibility. Um, but at this point, since I have basically met all my favorite challengers, or the majority of them, the ones that I would want to see the most, you couldn't catch me paying $200 for a reality TV event. Nope. I'd rather go to a concert. I'd rather go to like a celebrity meet and greet, um, a basketball game. There's so many other ways that I'd spend my $200 over going into a crowded room with hundreds of Survivor fans, or any of those shows, really, you know, and doing that. So, come on, viewers. Yeah, the viewers are disappointing me, man. But anyways, I hope everybody has been doing well. Let me know in the comment section, how's life been going? What's the weather like in your area? For me, it's still cold, but we're 30, 40 degrees type of cold instead of 10, and feels like sub-zero. That's what it has been, lately. So the snow is starting to melt a little bit, which makes me happy. I can't wait until the spring rolls around. Like, I'm so excited for spring. This winter has felt like the longest winter, and then people are telling me all this Groundhog's Day-ish. Groundhog's Day, that means that we're not going to experience spring for another 6 weeks after we're supposed to start experiencing it. And I'm like, nope, don't want to hear it. Don't believe in it. Don't believe in the whole Groundhog's Day thing. I need the warm weather to get to me sooner rather than later. All right. And I'm used to cold weather. I keep telling people it's not even necessarily the cold. If it's cold, I'll just bundle up. I'm used to it. But the problem is the snow. We had a big snowstorm here in New York, and then after the snowstorm, we usually get some rain, or the weather gets a little bit warmer, melts the snow. But this time around, the weather stayed super cold. The snow didn't melt, and we've just had these snow mounds all over the place since that time, unfortunately. So it is what it is. One thing that I learned about seasons is that seasons are for a time, for a moment. A good season, a bad season, an average season, whatever the season happens to be in your life, is going to end. It's going to end. So if you're living out one of your better seasons, metaphorically, because I love using seasons as a metaphor. Somebody provided me with that metaphor before, and I stole it from them, and I've been using it ever since. If you're in the best season of your life, savor it. Enjoy that season as long as you can. And if you are in a darker, harder season, know that, a season is always bound to end. So take it in stride, take that season in stride, and just know that season is not going to last forever for you. There's going to be better times ahead. That's just the way that life is. Life has its ups and life has its downs. Life has its ups and downs, and sometimes it's just about weathering the storm. There's a saying that goes, "Don't try to steer the river." You know, like the river is powerful. So if you stick your or I don't know if I'm using the right word. You stick your paddle into the ocean, and you're like, "I'm gonna control the ocean." You know what's gonna happen? You're gonna flip over into the ocean, and the ocean is gonna just carry you wherever you're going, wherever it wants to carry you. But if you accept that the ocean is just like a powerful force, that sometimes it's going to be raging and moving in all these different directions, and other times it's going to be calm and still, all you're doing is just weathering the storm. When a storm comes outside, what happens when they say on the news, we're going to have Hurricane Ashley is coming? What can you do about that? There's only two things you could do. One is vacate. Like if they're like, this storm is going to be so powerful, it's going to wipe out your house. You know, you're going to vacate your location. And if it's not bad enough for them to tell you that you have to vacate, you're going to probably go out and buy some candles, some storm supplies. You're gonna purchase some non-perishable foods, and like canned foods, things that are not going to spoil if your power goes out. Maybe you're gonna get yourself some books, some toiletries, whatever it is. You're just gonna prepare for it. And when the storm comes, the only thing that you're doing is just waiting it out, because you can't stop it. It's a force that's more powerful than you, and you just wait until the storm ends. And then when it ends, you pick up the pieces, you fix whatever needs to be fixed. If it messed with your roof, you know, if all your food in your fridge went bad, you got to throw the food out and clean the fridge out and